Okay guys, lesson 2 in 12-bar blues piano playing, whatever you want to call it. Blues is just a wonderful style of music. The things that are used in it are very simple and used over and over again. You think we'd get tired of hearing it, but we don't. It's just great, a great style of music, and it's just wonderful. So let's get started here. You should be able to play the 12-bar blues without pausing, okay, where you just go from one thing to the other. Now on fingering, I do mine like this. I use this finger and then I use my thumb. If you want to use your thumb on both, some people do that. Okay, I just find it, for me, I like to do this. Alright, so fingering is optional there. Now, the second thing we're going to do is we're going to put chords with, or right hand block chords with these left hand devices here. So let's start with the right hand. Now, if you know anything about music and you say, well, that doesn't look like a C chord to me. C chord is C, E, G. Well, it is a C chord. It's just got some nice extra juicy notes in it. We have C, E, G, and we're going to add a B flat and a D. Okay, that's called a ninth chord. A seventh chord is going to have, somebody's at the door, probably one of my son's friends, but there's a C chord, there's the seventh, there's the ninth, so it's actually called a C9 chord, and I just invert it down here. I'll do D, B flat, G, E, and the C's left out. So what? The C's in the left hand at the bottom. Okay, we do that in a lot of times with chords, 13th chords and so forth. We leave out some of the notes, but we still call them, C9, C13. So, D, B flat, G, E. We're going to play that chord with the C chord here, okay? So what we're doing is we're beginning to put the right hand with the left hand, but not too much yet, because we don't want to do too much to where we mess up that left hand. Remember, the left hand's got to be steady as a rock. So all we're going to do first is play this chord on top of this bass line. That's all we're going to do, okay? We're going to see if you can keep that left hand steady. 1, 2, and feel free to slow it down. 1, 2. Then we're going to go to F. Now, when you do the F chord here, we're going to play this. So what I did, I put the C, which you'll play with a C chord right here, the F chord's right here, the G chord's right there. But for the F, we're going to do this. Okay, which ends up being an F9. All right, but we're just going to play it this way. A, middle C, E flat, G. Okay, we're going to play that with the F chord that we're doing here. So here we go, F, 1, 2. Now you notice I'm just playing it one time. If you want to play it 2 times for each one, you can. You can go 1, 2. Okay, that's up to you. We're just trying to start incorporating the right hand, so don't get too caught up on details there. Now for the G, we're going to play this. B, D, F, G. Why? Because if we do a G9, I just didn't want, for me, I just didn't want that sound. I just wanted a G7. So that's kind of my personal preference. If you want to do a G9, it would be B, D, F, A. Okay? But I'm just going to do a G7. B, D, F, G. Alright, the difference is G7 is G, B, D, F. That's a 7. A 9 is that A in there. So throw that A in there, and then it gives it that 9 sound. But I'm just going to do this for the G. 1. Okay, so here's what we're going for now. And you need to keep in mind, that left hand needs to be steady as a rock, rhythmically, right there. Concentrate on the left hand. And we want to get to where there's no pauses, where you have to pause and think about it. Of course you're going to pause right now when you're first starting it from one chord to the next. But while you're on one chord, be thinking about the next one. Because we want to do this until it's just automatic, until you don't have to think about it. It just happens. And yes, you will have to play it a ton of times before it becomes automatic, but that's the price we pay. Alright, so here we go. C. So what I'm going to do is go through this whole progression, okay, like we did with the left hand, lesson 1, but we're going to add those right hand chords. Here we go. 1, 2, you're playing with someone in a band, or you have a guitar player with you, and the guitar player is soloing, then you don't want to get in his way when you're on the piano. So you will just chord, and you'll use this. There's a very valid use for this when the guitar player is doing his thing. You want to stay out of the way, so just light chords while he's doing that, okay? Or she. So there's our lesson 2.